The prosecution's indictment of former President Moon Jae-in on charges of bribery has been revealed. The prosecution stated that former President Moon Jae-in and the presidential office were directly involved in the income of Moon Dahye and her husband. Reporter Lee Hyuk-jae has the details.
The Jeonju District Prosecutor's Office indicted former President Moon Jae-in on bribery charges on the 24th of last month. At the time, the prosecution believed that former President Moon received about 217 million won by facilitating the employment of his daughter's ex-husband at Thai Skyjet. Thai Skyjet's owner is former lawmaker Lee Sang-jik, who became chairman of the Small and Medium Business Corporation for the job arrangement. At the time of the indictment, the issue was how much former President Moon knew and was involved when Dahye and her husband moved to Thailand after employment. According to the revealed indictment, it was found that former President Moon directly managed the income of Dahye and her husband. The prosecution confirmed that Dahye and her husband had relied on former President Moon's support, at one point depleting their liquid assets to the extent that their bank balance was only 2 million won. The prosecution said former President Moon and the presidential office got involved in Dahye's finances when allegations arose that she held memberships in both the Democratic and Justice parties. It was presumed that the management of their income began because it was anticipated that these issues could burden state affairs. In particular, during Dahye and her husband's relocation process to Thailand, former President Moon reportedly directly received information on the scale of economic support provided for their life in Thailand through presidential office officials.
Who acknowledged the support provided to Dahye from the Office of the Senior Secretary for Civil Affairs.
After being indicted on bribery charges, former President Moon denied the allegations and reported the prosecutor responsible to the Corruption Investigation Office for high-ranking officials. Lee Hyuk-jae for MBN News.